Yeah, right now this idea, I was working on the face and the hair, and then my son came by and he said, I was looking at it from a distance, and Dad, you should make bow and arrows here. So that's how this idea came about. I was actually making a child standing next to the father, and I've done so many of those. I thought, hey, something like this would look, it's different, with bow and arrow. There's about four other stones like this that are laying out there on the Navajo Res, and they're exactly the same color, and one is 9 feet long. And I keep thinking about that one and how I'm going to bring it back. But it doesn't weigh that much, but it's about this round, but it's 9 feet tall.
Tell me about this piece. What is it?
Where is
it going to go?
This piece, my son and I were driving around the Navajo Reservation, and we went up to many farms around Rough Rock, and we were driving around the back roads, and some laying there, and I walked over there, and this was laying there. So I told him I got my little pocket knife out, and I tested it, and it was, not very hard at all. So I told my son to back up his truck, and him and I loaded it up, and that's when I pulled my muscle in my arm, and couldn't work for 3 weeks.
Oh no!
Because of this here. And finally now my arm got well, and I don't want this stone to defeat me, so I thought I better get right onto it and bring it out, bring what's in there. And now it's almost halfway through, and it's similar to those red sandstones there that are laying there. They come out of Monument Valley, and where I got this sandstone is right near Monument Valley.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same, it has the same eons and the same crystals in it as the red sandstone. And it's just as soft as the red sandstone also.
When you're choosing a piece of stone, what are you looking for especially?
Well, I like movement, the flow of it, the shape of it. And but like this one was kind of a blocky one. So I had to, really put my ideas, what it was going to be, because I wanted a flow to it, and so I got rid of a lot of this, so I'm trying to put a movement in here. So I all the stones that I find, I like my stones, and on the particular red ones, I like white in it. It's almost like a pinto horse. It's white here and there. And I like all the stones. There's always something in there that wants to be put out. It's a lot of stories in a stone. Just that you have to. It works. It seems that it works with me and ideas. What it seems to want to be, and at the end, it fits a perfect story that I might have heard, or make my own story.
Can you describe for me the piece that you're going to be providing for the Taos County complex?
Yeah, it's going to be made out of Indiana limestone, one of the toughest limestones, and very durable to weather. Lasts a long time. They make buildings out of this stone. Mm-hmm. And the piece that I designed for the county courthouse is it'll be a block of stone when I first get it, 4 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet, and the stone will weigh 10,000 pounds. I figured that when I'm done with the piece, it'll weigh about maybe 8,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take not too much off, but the piece will start with the Taos Mountain, because that is the landmark of this place, Taos Mountain. And below Taos Mountain will be the Taos Pueblo, the north side of it, with ladders and everything that you see
Mm-hmm.
in the Pueblo. And below the Pueblo will be a couple historic buildings from the plaza in the town of Taos, and along with the American flag in the center. And in front of those buildings will be the three cultures of Taos, a Hispanic man holding a dog, sitting down with his hoe. And I don't know, I might think of putting a hoe, with a shovel, like he's a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
But right now he's just holding the dog on his lap. Next to the Hispanic man is a Taos Indian woman with a little baby in the back, like a papoose, and below her is a basket of corn. And next to the Indian woman is an Anglo-American boy kneeling down playing with his wooden car, wearing his New York caps. And behind the stone, on the back side of the stone, is the arrival of the conquistadors, the Spaniards. When they first entered Taos, they meet an Indian man handing them corn, a
Mm-hmm.
basket of corn, and the Spaniard is accepting the corn. And in back of the Spaniard is a priest holding a cross on his shoulder, kneeling down. And on the other side is a skier coming down the mountains. That represents the economy, tourism. It represents the ski areas here,
Mm-hmm.
around here. And along the mountain ridge, the Taos Mountain Ridge, as it goes down, is the head of a buffalo. That represents the spirit of the piece. So that's. I like to, if I have room, I like to add a painter, one of the founding artists, with his easel.
Uh-huh. That's a pretty ambitious piece.
Yeah. I wish I could add more, but there's so much you can only add on a stone, and you don't want to overdo it.
Right.
Just enough is enough.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about this little piece here.
Okay, this is a white alabaster that comes out of Cuba, New Mexico. And a friend of mine, Ron Moore, he's a sculptor also. He lives down in southern New Mexico. He brought me a few of these, and he said that he went to Cuba, New Mexico, and picked them up. And the softness is just like a Colorado alabaster or Utah alabaster. The only thing is this particular stone is real busy with a lot of black in it, a lot of black stripes in it, hairlines. But once you carve it out, it shows, through the shadows you can see the faces and all the other detail. And once I texture the stone and put a little more detail in it, and give it that polish, the shine, it's going to really look nice. It'll bring out the colors more brightly.
Is there a particular stone that you especially like using?
Well, lately I've been really enjoying the Pilar slate, which is that black stone. I've been making like knives out of that stone, and swords, something different that I haven't done,
Mm-hmm.
And I did this little bird that's hanging over here yesterday. in some of it. Let's put it on the Arizona sandstone.
How long does it take you to make things like this?
That took me about 40 minutes. It's actually a real soft stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those stones don't take long to make.
Tell-
After 40 years of experience, I tell people, oh, an hour and 40 years.
Well, tell me about this piece here, this one of Pueblo with.
Yeah, I went to Chocolate Canyon, and one of the villages I wanted to carve. Although I added the oven here, outdoor horn. We didn't have it over there, but I added some of these other things, just kind of imagining how that Pueblo, one of the buildings, might have looked like. And so I started carving these the steps, and this is the cedar wood that's against the wall, and then there's some more cedar on top of the roof. And these are the where the smoke comes out.
The chimney.
Chimneys, yeah, and then these are 20 corn husk, and I put faces on top, and I call them like the ghost dancers, of Chapo. And this is the drum here. And I kind of imagine them in the moonlight, doing this type of dance,
Is this for anything? Is someone going to buy this, or did you just do it?
Yeah, I just did it, and I never planned my works, but this is how it came about, and I'm sure whenever somebody comes by and sees it, if they like it, they'll want to ask me how much it is, and hopefully it will end up in their home.
So how do people get a hold of you if they want to buy something like this?
They can come directly to Taos Pueblo and ask at the tourism office, or either they can call me at 575-758-1275.
Mm-hmm.
And they're welcome. When I'm doing this project this summer, people are welcome to come by and see what I'm doing,
Okay.
since it's a public
Right.
art project.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rick.
Mhm.
Thank you very much, and appreciate all the things you've done for me in your beautiful paper.
Thank you.